morning and welcome to Cooking with Sally J. I am a mess because I want to go outdoor and work in my garden, so I did not change my shirt or any of that stuff because I'm going to get dirty. So that's just telling you I'm real, okay? What we are going to make today is homemade cabbage rolls. And so I did want to show you the process. You're going to have a pot about this big, so it'll be like your soup pot, and you're just going to fill it most of the way with water. You can see that. Hope you can't see my feet because I'm in my bare feet even. But you don't know how many times I do my best stuff in the morning, and it's like, I gotta go get dressed to do this. So it's like, because if I wasn't videoing, I probably would do some of this stuff in my pajamas because it's more comfortable. So my pot is, I would say, 3/4 full. And then I'm going to take my cabbage and I'm going to rinse it. And I'm going to take off the loose pieces. Okay. Just some little pieces there. And then I'm going to take a knife. The loose pieces they come off easy, so then I'm going to take a knife, any knife that you think will just hit it like that in the, I want to cut myself. So where the core thingy is, you might have a better way, but this is what works for me. And I just go around it the 3 times and hit it, and I stick that end in the water. I don't know. That part I'll throw out once it's cooked. Still a little bit loose here. I don't like that black stuff. Waste half of the cabbage here. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to put that in my water, and then I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to turn it on high. My grandchildren just walked in the door. So while that's going, that's going to steam, and once it gets boiling, I'll turn it down to medium heat probably and let it go for 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll shut it off. And then I'm going to take my smaller pan and put 2 cups of water in it. Okay, 2 cups of water. And I'm going to turn that right up on high to start with. Then you're going to need a cup of white rice. My dad would use barley. It's okay with barley, but I like it better this way. So you need 1 cup of the long grain rice, not minute rice. It won't work the same with minute rice. And you're just going to pour that right into your water. And once that comes to a boil, you just turn it down to simmer until your rice is cooked. That'll take about 20 minutes. So for right now, I'm going to just do that, and we'll be back. Okay, so the rice is done. This is what it will look like. And the cabbage is done, but what I'm going to do is put the cabbage in to drain and to cool off for me for a little bit. Okay, so in this pot, I'm going to put my Hamburg. No. Okay. You're just gonna, mush it up with your fingers. And then have an onion, which I meant to have it all chopped, but I got sidetracked. Yeah. I peel my onions like I do my potatoes, people, so. Anyway, typically it's a small onion. I like onions, so I had a little bit bigger, so it really don't matter if I lose some of my peeling. Wow. Okay. You're just going to chop an onion up into it. Now this recipe goes back, this comes from my grandmother Levaster's side. Whoop. It doesn't matter how big you chop your onion, just as long as your onion gets in there. I had another piece, but there we go. I just trying to get this done before I feed the baby lunch because I just want to spend the rest of the afternoon either in my garden before her nap or it's cold out, but there's just stuff I wanted to finish up there. So if I can have everything done before I feed her, then I feel a little freer to do what I want. Okay, so the onion's in there, then you're just going to take, you put 1 cup of rice, cooked, makes a lot of rice, but you're going to put the whole thing in with the hamburger. It around for just a little bit. And then I'm going to add, I guess for your guys' sake, I don't measure, but I don't measure my garlic salt, but I will today. So I would say probably a teaspoon of garlic salt in it, and you're going to need a teaspoon of cinnamon, and just sprinkle some black pepper in. I really don't measure the black pepper. Somebody wants to compete with me today. Okay, and then you just take your hands, I usually let my rice cool off a little more than that, but you're just going to mix it well together. I will show you what it looks like in just a second. Okay. You just need to make sure the rice is incorporated really well with the hamburger. Now your rice is, as you noticed, was uncooked. I mean, not your rice. Your rice is cooked, but your hamburger is not cooked. So that's what it should look like. Okay? We're going to come back in a minute because I don't think my cabbage is cooled enough. Okay, so I'm back, and we're going to put it together. Give it a couple of minutes and get the baby in the high chair to eat. So if you hear some yelling, it's just her trying to overdo me. So your cabbage, once it's cooled, those places that I stabbed it with a knife, you just, it just easily pulls away. And if it's not, like I pulled a lot away, but if it doesn't, you just take your knife and just softly go into it again, and it'll come right off. See? It's not hard at all. And like I said, once it got boiling, I would say about 15 minutes. Was all that took. But it does need some cooling time in order for you to work with it. Okay, so got those off, got plenty. And then I'm just going to take usually a handful, I don't measure, people, I just do it. And I just put it in a piece of cabbage, like that. Oh, I don't like that one. And I just cover it. And then you fold it and make sure they're covered and just set it in the dish just like that. Some of your pieces may get overcooked, the ones that are on the outside, but that's all right. They're still usable. You just want to put enough burger in them just to roll them tight. And you're just going to put them right through your pan. I'll do another one before I shut the camera off. There's no need of you having to watch me roll these all up. I will show you when I'm done. Okay, we're back. And now we're going to finish what we need to do. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of margarine. I just want to show you, I got 11, 12. I got about 12 wrapped cabbages. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take a thing of V8 and you're going to cover them. Now, I won't need the whole bottle, but you want them covered. Okay, so this is a 64-ounce bottle of V8, and I have a little bit left over. But in the cooking process, sometimes you lose some fluid and you might want to put it in. Sometimes not. So at least you got it there if you need it. So the 2 tablespoons of butter, you're just going to take and dot on top of the cabbage rolls and sauce. You just want to dot it on there. Okay? And then you're going to take some cinnamon. Not a lot, but you're just going to sprinkle it over the top. Once you see it. Okay? I'll bring my camera. Hopefully I don't knock it all over the place to show you just what it will look like. Here, I think you can see it pretty good. Alright? So now what we're going to do is cover it in tin foil. You're going to have your oven on 350, but I'm not right now. I'm going to set my oven to 350 so it'll come on time bake when I want it. And you're going to cook it for 2 hours. And after 2 hours it's done, and you just serve it with a piece of bread, fresh rolls if you want to make rolls or biscuits. I'll let you see it when it's done. Alright, we're back. The piggies are done. It took 2 full hours, and I'm not sure what you really can see, so I'll bring the camera over. Okay, and that's what they look like, and I'm going to put one on a plate for you to have a look at. Oops, sorry. I did not get out to my gardens today because I had company. My grandkids came down, and then it was the baby's nap, and now I got to go to Bible study. So, just wanted you to look. If you're not a fan of cabbage, the cabbage can be taken right off, and you can just eat the meat mixture. Like I said, you can add a piece of bread, like you want a whole loaf of bread. A piece of bread or a biscuit to go along with it, and it's really yummy. Now this is one meal that is, I think, better heated up the next day, and what I usually do is I put a little bit of butter in my pan, my fry pan, and I put a couple of these in it and cook it up that way. It is really, really good. So I hope you have a chance to try homemade cabbage rolls. Again, you can subscribe to me on YouTube, Cooking with Sally J, and over on my Facebook page, Cooking with Sally J, will be the complete recipe, and I put the link to my videos over there too. So I hope you have a wonderful day and wonderful evening, and God bless.